Sorry, I'm just still so glad that Dory and Broggy are back. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 1142 of One Piece. And yeah, it continues to be like so good. And it's evolving in ways that I didn't expect. And with Dory and Broggy being here, Usopp having seen them, everyone having seen them, it's kind of hard to miss them. It's like the tide might be turning. Sanji's bullshit deflection of Kizaru's attack is still bullshit, though. It makes no sense even within the world of One Piece, because there's no logical reason that he should have been able to do what he did there. Again, the only thing you could kind of maybe chalk it up to is the fact that his programming, his Germa programming, it has been starting to come out, and that's maybe what allowed him to do it. But it's like that in that case, it's like you also have Oda just really pushing this really stupid decision for him. And it's like, don't get me wrong. Oda's a great writer and all, but he's not perfect. He makes mistakes. He does some things wrong here and there. This series is not perfect. By no means. And for me, at least, it seems like most of these issues center around Sanji. Most of the big issues that I have with One Piece, most of my problems, most of the flaws that the series has, center around Sanji. His pervertedness being actively an assassination of his otherwise great character. You have the Germa stuff taking over, just destroying what the entire revelation that he wasn't affected by that in Whole Cake Island meant. And it's just, I have so much disappointment when it comes to his character. Because it's like Oda does so much good for him, especially in Whole Cake Island, and has these really great moments, but then he undermines it by doing these stupid things, or using this stupid a salty gag that he has to make Sanji just exceptionally gross and unlikable. And it's just, it irritates me because I want to like Sanji, but I can't. I morally dislike him because of his, pervertedness. And again, it's not even just that he's, perverted. It's not even just that he likes ladies. It's the way he goes about it. He's creepy. He is an absolute creeper. He sniffs ladies creepily. He grossly lusts after them in a really uncomfortable way. He spies on them while they're naked without their expressed permission, which is, by the way, sexual assault, no matter how you look at it. It's just, it's not okay. And again, I've stated this plenty of times in the past, but I'm fine with him liking ladies. I'm fine with him being a simp, even. It's when he gets creepy that I have an issue. If he had remained how he was in East Blue, where he's yeah, he's a simp, but he's not gross or weird about it, I would have been fine. East Blue Sanji is the best Sanji by far. It's not even question. His character just continuously got worse after that. And it really hit in Thriller Bark. once he revealed that it's always been a dream of his to have the clear fruit, specifically so he could spy on women naked. You know, he specifically wanted this fruit to sexually assault women. It's just not excusable. It's not okay. There's nothing that can make that okay. Because, like, he's not even the only perverted character. Like, Brooke is as well. But Brooke's not bad about it like him. Brooke is not a menace, a nuisance, a sexual assaulter about it like he is. Brooke is more, like, perverted in a gentlemanly way. And I can handle that, even if it's still not the best. But, like, Sanji is just gross. And I'm sorry I got into an entire rant about this, but it's just like the scene from last episode where he deflects Kizaru's attack and is like, "Oh, it's the power of love." It's not cool. It's not cool because it's built on something that hurts his character, and that's why I was getting into that entire rant, talking about how his character keeps getting hurt over and over again by this, like, shoddy writing decision. Sanji, just in a similar way, Sanji having the Jerma stuff activate in him, in my eyes, does actively hurt his character after Whole Cake. And it's something that actively bothers me, and something that I actively find to be bad. So just as a little note for anyone who thinks that as a One Piece fan I do nothing but glaze this series. No. I acknowledge its flaws as well. And that's not even the only flaws. There's way too much sexualization of minors in this as well. Mind you, it's usually done in a way to where it's like it's explained, but it's like you could have done it some other way. Like with Rebecca, there's at least a reason she's dressed like that. It's against her will. So it's like, okay, that's one thing. But you didn't need to sexualize Carrot if she's going to be like 15 years old. You did not need to do that. And he absolutely did that. Carrot was absolutely sexualized. Like with the especially with the Beast Pirates outfit and everything, which, you know, all the girls were sexualized by that. Mind you, you could say that's Kinemon's fault and that's on him because he's the one who made those costumes for them. But still, it's just like Oda's the one who chose to do it. It's like we're not gonna say that Oda is perfect. He has problems and he does some bad things for the series. This show is not perfect either. Whether you're talking about the anime or the manga in that matter. And I think that the anime improves on a lot with the manga, and I think that even then it also makes some things worse. But yeah, it's one of those cases where it's just a really difficult thing to think about because, again, I really want to like Sanji, but he is my least favorite of the crew for a reason. It's just, I can't deal with his pervertedness and the way it's done. So yeah, sorry for going on that massive rant about that. I just needed to get that out for one, and for two, it was kind of relevant to what I was talking about with what happened in last episode. But I'm just hoping now that Bonnie sees Luffy, she's inspired to do a lot more, and we have, like, again, a big turnaround with the Giants coming in and everything. I'm very, very curious to see how this continues to go and what happens with the close of this arc. So let's get into the episode and see what we have in store. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So the ending, the outro, is definitely what I was thinking it was. Lilith is going to be the final Vegapunk. Which means that Atlas is going to die, which sucks, because Atlas is my favorite of them. But it also implies that York is going to die. So, unless for York, it's just the fact that, you know, she's left and become part of the government. But I don't think she's surviving. I don't think the government ever planned to let her live. To let her live. I don't know why I added a D at the end of that. I don't think the government ever planned to let her live. I think they want to get rid of Vegapunk altogether. Anyone who would have that knowledge that he had. And that would include every satellite. So she was never going to become a celestial dragon. She was always going to die as well. She's just being tricked into believing that she's indispensable. So Lilith is going to be the final one, and here we have seen the death of Stella, the original main body of Vegapunk. You know, I don't know exactly when Vegapunk was first mentioned. I don't know when, like, what part of the series, what arc or whatnot was, like, the time he was first brought up in. But Vegapunk has been brought up for a good amount of this series, over half of the show. And we've been waiting for him for so long, waiting to see him, waiting to, like, get introduced to the smartest man in the One Piece world. And so when we got to Egghead and we finally got the reveal, finally got, like, even just that initial reveal of Lilith, it's like we're finally getting to Vegapunk. This is something we had been waiting for all this time. And then in the same arc that we get him, we lose him. He dies. And again, one of them is clearly going to survive. The outro very much spoils that. But, like, that's a big deal. But this arc has also done so many huge things. And it shows that Oda, within this final saga of the series, is going all out. Because this is the first arc of the final saga. And we see that right off the bat, we not only get Vegapunk, but we lose him. We have this entire backstory with Kuma. We get one of the 5 elders, one of the Gorosei, in action. We get Kizaru in action. We get the return of the giants. We get Shanks taking out Kid. We have so many huge moments in this arc. And now, with Vegapunk's death, his heartbeat going flat has signaled to a device to send out a final message he recorded that is going to reveal to the entirety of the world at once the truth of the world. I have chills just saying that. Like, I'm tearing up. just acknowledging that we are about to find out the truth of the world. And we're not going to find out like every mystery or anything here. We're not going to like learn every little bit of the lore and the mysteries that One Piece has like given to us. But this is such a massive deal. We're going to find out something so huge that the only people who know about it are the world government higher ups, specifically the Gorosei and Emu, as well as the Roger Pirates, specifically the ones who made it to the final island. So it's presumed that Shanks and Buggy don't even know about all of this. But like Roger knew it, Odin knew it, Rayleigh, Scopper Gaban, oh God, what are their names? I know some of their other names. I just can't think of them right now. Oh, the doctor, Crocus. Crocus, you have to include Crocus. He was there. I can't think of the other names. I know some of the other Roger Pirates names, and I just can't think of them right now. But yeah, they all knew about this. And we don't know how many of them are still alive. We know Rayleigh's alive. I'm more than certain Scopper Gaban is, like, alive. I'd say that's almost guaranteed that he is. And we're probably going to see him at some point. But there's the other guy with, like, the long reddish-brown hair. He's possibly alive still. Trying to think of everyone. It's been quite a while since I saw the Odin flashbacks, which would have been the last time I saw them with Alicia's reaction, but it's still been a bit since I saw them with Alicia, with her reactions to them. So it's like, I'm just trying to think of their names. I don't know, but you get the point. All of the Roger Pirates who made it to the final island knew everything. Rayleigh even admitted this back in Shabandi. Like, they knew the truth of the world. And so whatever Vegapunk is going to reveal here, any survivors who made it to that point are going to know about. But they're still few and far between. Most of the world, like 99% of the world, does not know about whatever he's going to say. And it's going to be intense. It's going to be big. Like, with an ending cliffhanger like this, you know it's going to be massive. Vegapunk is about to reveal the truth of everything. He is about to reveal... Well, again, not everything, literally, but you know what I mean. Because he specifically said the truth of the world. Which implies to me that it's not going to be about the Will of D. That's probably going to be another thing further down the line. We're not going to get any more stuff about devil fruits, I would assume. And it's not going to be any of the mysteries surrounding the world government specifically, though the world government might be, you know, involved with it. This is going to be more about the world as a whole. These are going to be some reveals that are going to shake the foundation of everything. And I am so excited for that. But let's talk about some other stuff with this. So, Kizaru. I want to talk about him real quick. Because we saw, after he impaled Vegapunk a second time, worsened his wound and, you know, just made his death come a lot quicker, you saw it actively affected him. It like, he disassociated for a second. And we know that Kizaru and Vegapunk are friends. But we also know that Kizaru is so dedicated to just following orders, no matter if he even agrees with them or not. He's so, like, dedicated to it that he's going to do it even if it's something that bothers him. And this clearly bothered him. He got, like, I think he got kind of fucked up over doing that. Like, I'm really curious to see, like, what they continue to do with his character. Because I wouldn't be surprised if Kizaru ended up going in a similar direction as Kuzan and ended up leaving the Marines altogether, or just ended up like changing sides. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. After this entire incident, I would not be surprised. But yeah, Kizaru is clearly fucked up by what he did there, and rightly so. But I like that they're delving into, and I like that Oda chose to do this for the manga, the 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 internal struggle and pain that Kizaru is going through in this arc. And we've seen it before now, but it's like, it's still like so powerful to see and so interesting to see. Because it definitely is going to mean some big developments for him, I feel, one way or the other. But we also see Saturn go into like full beast form with his zone fruit. And yeah, he kind of lost his cool, kind of became enraged and has gone completely insane, taking full beast form and just being like more aggressive and erratic than before. Like for someone who's so smart and someone who's so normally well put together, he's lost his cool because of everything going on. And now the Vice Admirals are after Bonnie because they realize that taking her out is the only way to stop her control over the pacifistas, who are stopping them from being able to enact the Buster Call. But Bonnie is now being protected by the Giants, while Dory and Broggy specifically are going to head towards the center of the island and Luffy and them. But yeah, the Giants are now protecting Frankie and Bonnie and Atlas and them under Dory and Broggy's orders because they're all allies. That scene was great, by the way. Because Frankie and their response to seeing the Giants was entirely reasonable. Their fear and worry and concern, entirely reasonable. Because the Giants are known for being like, warriors of Elbaf. They're known for their strength. They're known for being intensely strong. And even though, like, the old lady Vice Admiral, I don't remember her name, she did mention that the Giants' strength can vary wildly. We know that the Giants are still, like, on average, exceptionally strong. And the likes of, like, Dory and Broggy are, like, even stronger amongst them. Also, it's really interesting that Dal worked directly under Saw 20 years ago. Also, how is she that old? Like, she looks like she's in her 20s, maybe 30s. I could maybe give you 30s. But she doesn't look like she'd be old enough to be working under Saw 20 years ago. Because that means she'd probably have to be... Well, I guess maybe not. I was going to say she'd maybe have to be, like, 38, because then she'd be 18 20 years ago. But Kobe's like 17, and he joined the Marines when he was 15. So, or no, sorry, he's 18, and he joined when he was 16. I was 1 year off. Sorry. Yeah, like, he's only now 18. He was 16 when he joined at the end of Shellstown, during the Romance Dawn arc. So she could have joined when she was like 16, presumably, too. In which case she would be about 36 right now. So she's like mid to late 30s, which she looks so much younger. But then again, I think that's just Oda's design. Oda just wanted to make a super hot Vice Admiral. And he succeeded. She is super fucking hot. But still. Yeah, it's pretty wild. And I think it's only going to get wilder from here. With this message going out, I feel like it's going to change everything And this, like, I feel like this message is kind of like the key point that's going to move us into the final act of Egghead. Like, more so than anything. I think that this is going to truly lead us into that. I'm very excited, though, once Luffy sees Dory and Broggy, because he doesn't know they're there yet, right? It was only Usopp and Nami and them who saw them coming. Luffy doesn't actually know they're here. So when Luffy sees them, he's gonna get, super fucking excited. Because like he loved them too. He was actually almost as into the Giants and their warrior culture as Usopp. That's why him and Usopp have been shown, I think, a couple of times, like being excited about Elbaf and wanting to get to Elbaf one day. So it's like I'm really excited to see his reaction to them. That's gonna be so great. But yeah, it's like that's a huge help that they're even there. So I think next episode we're gonna get this message. We're gonna find out what this what this truth of the world is, and depending on how long it is, we might even get a couple episodes with that. And then we're gonna move into the finale of this arc's fights and escape from Egghead and stuff. So this is bound to get even more insane. And I'm wondering if Noose Juro's gonna come. The other Gorosei, the bald one, because he's shown in the opening as well. And we've now realized that a lot of the stuff shown in this current opening has been like literal. It's not been like, oh, this is like just some cool imagery. No, it's showing literal things that are happening. And so I'm thinking that we're going to see Noose Juro come in. I don't know if he's going to come in to just help Saturn, or if Saturn's going to get fully defeated by Luffy here, and Noose Juro's going to have to come in to, like, I don't know, take him away to get him to safety. I don't know. But I think the opening shows him, like, using a sword, it almost looked like. So maybe he'll at least get into some action here. We'll see. We'll see. But the last thing to talk about, I left this for last on purpose, is Caribou. So at the beginning of the episode, we see the continuation of Caribou trying to appeal to Katarina and Augur. And he's telling them, it's like, I want to serve under Blackbeard. You should take me to him because I have information that no one else has that will shake the world. And they're like, obviously not believing him at first and are even threatening to shoot him, and they're like kind of just really fucking confused. Like most of the time they're just looking at him like they're like really just baffled by this man, which is fair. It is Caribou. But he then like tells them that it'll shake the world, and that does seem to get their attention. And he's even telling them that Blackbeard will, hurt them if he finds out that they didn't get him this information. We know what the information is because we heard him thinking about it in his mind. It's the location and identity of these ancient weapons. One being Shirahoshi at Fishman Island, and the other being, underneath Wano. And so now we fully understand why Caribou has been with the Straw Hats secretly this entire time. How he was originally with them in Fishman Island and everything, and how he came to like be along with them during Wano. Sort of, partially. And even though he helped Luffy during Wano and everything, it's like we see where his allegiances lie. Apparently he's always wanted to work with Blackbeard, so this is more of him like showing his true colors. And yeah, Blackbeard having that information would obviously be exceptionally bad. So I'm wondering what's going to happen here. I'm wondering if they are going to take him to Blackbeard, or if they aren't going to believe him. It's kind of up in the air as of right now. But we'll see. We shall see in the future. So, all of that being said, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode of One Piece? Let me know what you thought about just the big moments in this and Vegapunk's death and everything. But as always, no spoilers, because as I've said before and will say again, although I do know a couple things just because the One Piece community is shit with spoilers, and I have unfortunately just seen some things out of context on Twitter and whatnot, I don't know everything, and like I said, they are out of context. So I don't want to end up being spoiled to any context, and I don't want to be spoiled to anything I'm not already spoiled to. So please just take that into account. No spoilers in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning in, as always. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.